In the depths of the Cold War, she was one of America's deadliest weapons, a nuclear-powered attack submarine. In May 1968, the USS Scorpion and her crew of 99 men were heading home. She sent one last routine message, and then silence. For 5 months, she was simply gone. When her wreckage was finally found, 2 miles beneath the Atlantic, it only created more questions than answers. This is the story of a ghost of the deep and a mystery the US Navy still struggles to explain. To understand how a billion-dollar piece of military hardware could just disappear, we need to dive deep into the paranoia of the Cold War. But first, if you're fascinated by military mysteries and stories lost to time, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss where this investigation goes. The USS Scorpion was a skipjack-class nuclear submarine, a predator designed for one purpose: to hunt and kill Soviet subs, fast, quiet, and deadly. In the spring of 1968, she was finishing a successful deployment in the Mediterranean Sea. Her commander, Francis Slattery, was highly respected, and the crew were seasoned professionals. Their final mission was seemingly simple: a routine transit back to their home port in Norfolk, Virginia. On May 21st, Commander Slattery sent a final radio message, stating his position and estimating his arrival on May 27th. It was the last anyone ever heard from them. When the 27th came and went with no sign of the Scorpion, the US Navy initiated one of the largest and most desperate search operations in its history. But the Atlantic Ocean is vast, and the Scorpion was gone. For months, the search yielded nothing. The Navy was facing a nightmare scenario: a missing nuclear submarine complete with its reactor and 2 nuclear-tipped torpedoes, lost somewhere on the ocean floor. The fear was immense. Had the Soviets captured her? Had she defected? Finally, in late October, after a brilliant piece of detective work using underwater listening posts, a Navy research ship located the wreckage. She was found 400 miles southwest of the Azores, under more than 10,000 feet of water. Her hull had been crushed by the immense pressure. The bow section had completely separated, and the sail was ripped from the hull. The wreckage was a tomb, holding the bodies of all 99 crewmen. The Navy's official court of inquiry examined the photos and evidence, but their conclusion was shockingly vague. The cause of the loss could not be determined. This official uncertainty created a vacuum filled with theories. The most prominent is the hot-run torpedo theory. This suggests that one of the Scorpion's own Mark 37 torpedoes accidentally activated inside its tube. The crew, unable to disarm it, may have been forced to eject it, only for the live torpedo to turn back and strike the submarine that launched it. Then there's the Soviet attack theory. Some researchers claim that the Scorpion was tailing a Soviet flotilla and was destroyed in a secret deep-sea battle. The US and Soviet governments, fearing a nuclear war, agreed to a massive cover-up, keeping the incident secret. A third, less dramatic theory points to a catastrophic mechanical failure, perhaps a massive explosion in the submarine's massive battery bank, which could have crippled the sub and sent it plummeting to crush depth. Let's look at the evidence. The wreckage. High-resolution photos taken of the wreckage seem to show that the hull was breached from the inside out, which strongly supports the internal explosion theory, whether from a battery or a torpedo. The bow section appears to have imploded from pressure after a catastrophic event crippled the sub. The acoustic data. The Navy's underwater listening system, SOSUS, captured the final moments of the Scorpion. The recordings show not one, but a series of 15 distinct acoustic events, starting with a small initial sound, followed 91 seconds later by a massive catastrophic implosion as the hull collapsed. This timeline fits perfectly with the hot-run torpedo theory: a small explosion as it's ejected, a period of travel time, and then the final impact. For decades, the Navy maintained its official stance of uncertainty. But in the 1990s, declassified reports and books from key investigators revealed a different story. Dr. John Craven, the scientist who found the wreck, secretly concluded that the hot-run torpedo was the most likely cause. He even ran simulations that perfectly matched the acoustic data and the final location of the wreckage. So why the secrecy? The Navy was terrified of admitting that one of its own weapons could be so faulty. Such an admission could have grounded the entire submarine fleet and been a massive blow to national security during the Cold War. It was easier and safer to let the Scorpion become a mystery, a ghost of the deep, rather than admit to a fatal flaw in their own arsenal. So, a tragic accident, covered up for decades by the veil of Cold War secrecy. Or was it something more? 99 men lost their lives 2 miles beneath the waves, and the full truth may have gone down with them. What do you think really happened to the USS Scorpion? Let me know your theory in the comments. And if you enjoyed this dive into naval history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more lost stories from the deep.